Welcome again to Secrets to Wellness, my friends. We are studying principles of wellness that will help you to live longer, healthier, and happier. And we've studied the first one on water, and I hope you're drinking your water every day, the amounts that we need, and then exercise and love and lifestyle and nutrition. And now we are studying environment. And our planet was perfectly designed to promote optimum health. In fact, our loving Creator made this world's environment perfect. Eden was so beautiful with colorful flowers and majestic, lofty trees and rivers of flowing water. Eden was so beautiful, my friends, with all those colorful flowers and lofty trees. And the Earth's atmosphere was unpolluted. Its air was fresh and clean. And my friends, the more we live in harmony with God's original plan, the healthier we will be. And so environment is also important for our health. In fact, it is vital to our health. It's either health restoring or it is health destroying. And pure air refreshes the body, making it strong and healthy. So we need that good, fresh air. And fresh air is especially important even if you're sick. So if we're well, we need good, fresh air. But if you're sick, we also need to get out in the sunshine and fresh air. It is so important. And a 19th century health writer said this: the influence of pure, fresh air is to cause the blood to circulate healthfully through the system. It refreshes the body and tends to render it strong and healthy. So the influence of fresh air, my friends, is going to help you to have a strong and healthy body. It excites the appetite and renders the digestion of food more perfect and induces sound, sweet sleep. Look at all of the things that fresh air does, my friends. It actually is going to stimulate your appetite, so you're going to feel more ravenously hungry. And then it's going to even assist in your digestion and even help you to sleep better at night. And the strength of the system is in a degree dependent upon the amount of pure air breathed. Air is the fresh blessing of heaven, calculated to electrify the whole system. So good, fresh air electrifies the entire system. And fresh outdoor air has wonderful power to build the immune system and assists in the body's healing process. We've been talking a lot about building the immune system, and all of these principles of wellness will help us to build a strong immune system, and so is good, fresh air very important. In Ministry of Healing, page 263, it says this: nature is God's physician. The pure air, the glad sunshine, the beautiful flowers and trees, the orchards and vineyards, and outdoor exercise amid these surroundings are health-giving and life-giving. Have you ever thought about the fact that nature and good fresh air actually is like a physician? Well, it is, my friends, and we need that air, that good fresh air, because it is the breath of life. In fact, one of life's most overlooked but most precious health gifts is pure air. But today, the quality of our air has dramatically changed. It's not so fresh. We have polluted outdoor air where people are actually wearing masks because it is so polluted. And we also have polluted indoor air. We have a lot of polluted air everywhere. Fumes from vehicles, toxins from factories, toxins from tobacco smoke, and damp, uncirculated air, even indoors. In fact, many people use air conditioners constantly and rarely getting any good, pure, fresh air. Our lifestyle habits can significantly impact our ability to breathe in pure air. And so let's look at some of the hindrances to the body's oxygen supply. What are some of those things that hinder us from getting good body's oxygen that we need? Well, tobacco smoke is one of them. We talked about that in our lifestyle presentation. And tobacco smoke damages the lungs and limits the circulation of the blood and pollutes the body. So tobacco smoke, even for the non-smoker, pollutes the air. And from smokefree.gov, it says this: smoking causes inflammation in the small airways and tissues of your lungs. This can make your chest feel tight or cause you to wheeze or feel short of breath. Continued inflammation builds up scar tissue, which leads to physical changes to your lungs and airways that can make your breathing hard. So smoking, my friends, causes inflammation in the small airways and tissues of our lungs. So that's why we need to get away from even the people who are smoking and try to get into some good, pure, fresh air. And another thing that actually hinders our breathing is alcohol. Alcohol impairs circulation and limits our breathing. In fact, alcohol affects nearly every major organ in the human body, including the brain, the heart, liver, pancreas, and kidneys. But a team of researchers from Loyola University has found it can also make it harder for the lungs to breathe. In fact, binge drinking may be the reason it's hard to catch your breath. And they say alcohol appears to disrupt the healthy balance in the lung, said the study's lead author, Dr. Mashad Afshar, a pulmonologist at Loyola University School of Medicine. And there are other factors as well, my friends. A high-fat diet. A high-fat diet reduces the oxygen level in our blood, making the blood thicker and causing it to flow more slowly. And so there are other factors. There are so many factors that hinder this oxygen and help us to not breathe as well as we should. And dehydration is one of those. Drinking too little water keeps the blood from flowing freely. Have you ever thought about the fact that just not drinking enough water keeps you from your blood flowing freely? Well, there's another thing too, and that is tight clothing. Tight clothing that restricts healthy circulation inhibits the lungs from expanding and actually decreases the oxygen supply. So we need to keep our clothing a little bit more loose on our bodies. That will keep us from having our lungs restricted. And then poor posture prevents the lungs from expanding fully. So we need good posture with our head erect and our shoulders back, especially when we're not only walking, but also when we're sitting, we need good posture. Sometimes we have a tendency to slouch down in that easy chair. And then incorrect breathing. We need to learn to take those deep breaths so that we get that oxygen in our lungs. And so we inhale deeply and the diaphragm contracts and the lungs expand. And then when we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes. So we need to inhale and exhale and practice that actually regularly. Ministry of Healing, page 272 says this: full, deep inspirations of pure air, which fill the lungs with oxygen, purify the blood. They impart to it a bright color and send it a life-giving current to every part of the body. It's amazing. Deep inspirations of pure air are going to fill the lungs with good oxygen. So we need to be taking, my friends, those deep breaths. There are many, many health benefits of fresh air, good, pure, fresh air. So let's look at them. Well, serotonin can significantly lighten your mood and promote a sense of happiness and well-being. So pure air can actually promote happiness. Have you ever wondered why you feel so good when you're out in the fresh air? It's because of that serotonin that you get when you're in some good, pure, fresh air. And according to a group of studies published in a 2010 issue of the Journal of Environmental Psychology, research participants reported actually feeling happier and healthier and more alive when they spent time in nature. It might be a good idea, my friends, to get outside in that good fresh air and sunshine. Pure air also improves digestion. What a wonderful thing pure fresh air is, even to help us digest our food better. Pure air improves the blood pressure and the heart rate. Some people have high blood pressure. And did you ever think about the fact that just getting out in the good fresh air will actually help lower your blood pressure? A 2008 study published in the Journal of Biological Regulators and Homeostatic Agents recruited participants to spend time walking forest and city areas to evaluate the impact of walking in the fresh air on blood pressure and heart rate. So they took these two groups, some in the forest, out in nature, and some in the city. And according to the research, participants showed more physical signs of relaxation, including lower blood pressure and lower amounts of stress hormone cortisol when they spent time in the forest rather than in the city. So it is so important to get out there, especially if you live in the city. Find some park or some place where you can go out and take in that good, deep, fresh air by the trees. Pure air increases your energy. In fact, not long ago, my husband and I climbed the mountains in the Swiss Alps with our friends, Ted and Nancy. And wow, it was amazing just to get out there in those beautiful Alps. It actually increased our energy, I know that. And pure air cleanses and improves your lung function. So your whole lungs are going to function better when you get out in the fresh air. But you know, just as we are a sedentary nation, we tend to be living indoors a lot. But we need to get out in the fresh air and the sunshine. And in a book called Child Guidance, page 339, it says, by active exercise in the open air every day, the liver, the kidneys, and the lungs also will be strengthened to perform their work. Amazing. Even the liver, the kidneys, and the lungs are going to function so much better as we get out there in the fresh air. Have you ever thought about fresh air as being such a remedy to help your health and to help you to live longer, healthier, and happier? Well, it even helps our mental health because pure air improves the brain power, and pure air fosters mental health. From Harvard University Medical School, they reported researchers at the University of Essex in England are advancing the notion that exercising in the presence of nature has added benefit, particularly for mental health. So our mental health even improves in the fresh air. And my friends, we've been talking a lot about building the immune system, and pure air enhances the immune system so that you feel so much better and you can live longer and healthier. And so here are some benefits of how it actually improves the immune system. It can improve our happiness, it improves our digestion, and even our blood pressure and our heart rate goes down. Get those elderly people, my friends, out there in the fresh air. Many elderly people tend to be indoors when they need to be outdoors, breathing that good, fresh air, and improves the energy. I know that my energy level goes up when I am outside, and it improves the lung function, improves brain power, and improves mental health. And best of all, it's going to improve your immune system. So there are many, many benefits to good, fresh, pure air. Well, let's look at some tips for getting good, pure, fresh air. Exercise in nature. My husband and I will get on our bikes and go through those trails. In fact, one of the things that I love to do is just walk through the trails even, singing, listening to the birds sing, and talking to my Creator. So exercise out there in nature. It's going to improve your health, my friends. I know it will. Well, living in the country is the ideal, but not everyone can live in the country. It's not possible for all of you to move to the country. So what are some things that we can do? Well, wherever you live, find some place in nature to exercise. I know recently we were in Bulgaria, and I thought, how can I get my exercise and get some good fresh air? Well, we found a beautiful park not far from our hotel, and every day we were out there walking and exercising, taking those deep breaths and imbibing the good fresh air from the trees, because there's health-giving, life-giving properties in those trees. And so every day we were walking in the park. So find a park where you can just get that good fresh air. Walk out among the trees, because the trees actually purify the air. Have you ever thought of that? Just to put a tree even in your backyard will help you to have good fresh air. There are health-giving, life-giving properties in the trees. In fact, we are told that there are health-giving, life-giving properties in the balsam of the pine. So just a pine tree will give you that good cleansing of your lungs. And spend more time outside. Take a walk after you eat. So after you've had your lunch, take a good walk. According to one government estimate, the average American spends 90% of his or her life indoors. So, wow, that's only 10% going outside. We need to have an outdoor life more than an indoor life. God created us to be outdoors, and fresh air is health promoting, while constant air conditioning, my friends, is not the best. So open those windows. Get that fresh air at night when you sleep. Open the windows. Don't close them up tight. Open the windows. Open the windows and even the blinds. So many people close their blinds because they don't want that sun to fade the furniture or get into the house. But we need to open the windows and open the blinds. And wherever you live, keep the air in your house circulating by just having the air flow through by opening those windows. And sleep with the windows open. It's going to help you immensely. Another little tip for you is to have some house plants, because again, you're going to get that good oxygen from those house plants. A study of 647 grade schoolers found that students who grew plants scored about 12% higher on academic tests compared with those who didn't. So your children are even going to score higher on their tests at school if you just give them a little plant to put in their room. And then, my friends, don't allow smoking inside your house. Just graciously ask if someone is smoking, would you mind smoking outside? Because according to the 2014 Surgeon General's report, there were more than 20 million smoking-related deaths in the United States since 1964. 2.5 million were among non-smokers who died from exposure to secondhand smoke. We know that secondhand smoke is detrimental today. And so we want to get rid of that smoke, even if it's secondhand smoke. And then eat some wholesome, nutritious foods. What does that have to do with good, fresh air? Well, eating nutritious food, my friends, helps to reduce the damaging effect of pollution on the body. So you can actually repair your cells and your body by eating those good, nutritious foods. So what are the right kinds of foods? Yes, we learned in one of our earlier sessions that the right kinds of foods are colorful foods, like reds and greens and purples and oranges and all those colorful. What are those foods? They are these beautiful fruits and vegetables that are full of color. So eat foods rich in color, and that's going to help us. But every day, my friends, eat a variety of fruits, nuts, grains, and vegetables. And this is going to help you to live longer, healthier, and happier, because you're going to expand your lungs and improve your health. So take those deep, deep breaths. Very important every day to take deep breaths. Breathe deeply several times daily. And when you feel tired, stand up and take several breaths. In fact, even in offices today, they have some of these stand-up desks so people can expand their lungs. So just stand up if you're feeling tired and take those deep breaths. Deep breathing releases tension. Deep breathing makes the heart stronger. Deep breathing elevates moods, and deep breathing improves your posture. So all of these things can happen when we take those good deep breaths. Breathing deeply of fresh air also helps our memory, fosters sound, refreshing sleep, aids in balancing our nervous systems, and increases our energy. Even your energy is going to be increased by just taking some of those good deep breaths. And have you ever thought about singing? Actually, singing is an excellent way of increasing oxygen. So some of you may want to just, even if you're not some great musician, you don't have to be. You can just go out in the fresh air among the trees and sing. I do this at my home when I'm out there in nature and walking the trails. So sing, it's an excellent way of increasing oxygen. Our environment and fresh air is beneficial for our whole well-being, and it can either contribute to sickness, my friends, or it can contribute to health. And what are we trying to do? We're trying to increase our health so that we can live longer and better and happier. And so, Counsels on Health, page 166, says this: life in the open air is good for body and mind. It is God's medicine for the restoration of our health. Pure air, good water, sunshine, the beautiful surroundings of nature, these are His means for restoring the sick to health in natural ways. What we've been talking about is ways that we can restore our health, natural ways, not through all the medications that people take today, but these are God's natural remedies. So every day, get exercise and fresh air, my friends, out in the sunshine. And so here is your prescription. Walk in the sunshine with your head erect and your shoulders back, and taking those good, deep breaths. And this truly will help you to be healthier. And so let's look at some teeny tips here. Walk out in the sunshine. Walk out in the fresh air daily. Open those windows and get good, fresh air in your homes. Air out your bedding regularly. In fact, this is very important because when you sleep at night, you want to sleep on a fresh, clean smelling pillow. And so put those pillows and those blankets and that bedding out in the fresh air and the sunshine. It will help you as well. And then practice deep breathing until it becomes a habit. So just practice taking those good, deep breaths, because air, my friends, is the precious gift of heaven. God has given it to us. Welcome it. cultivate a love for it, and it will prove a precious soother of the nerves. So get that good fresh air and cultivate it, because this is God's health assurance plan, my friends. All of these together are going to help us to live longer, healthier, and happier. Now, before we go, I think we better go over and take some good, deep breaths. So let's get out of our easy chair. Let's get off the sofa, and let's take some of those good, deep breaths. So I'm going to have you stand up. Those of you that are watching at home, stand up, because we're going to take some good, deep breaths. So I want you to breathe in. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to breathe out through your mouth. So breathe in through your nose, and just shake your hands a little bit, and make sure you're plenty relaxed. And breathe in through your mouth, and out through your nose. And then breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's do it again. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just relax. Because when you follow these principles, my friends, of just taking good, deep breaths, God is going to bless you as you follow all of these principles of wellness, because these are the natural principles that God has given to us so that we can live longer, healthier, and happier. So I know that you're going to incorporate these principles in your life starting right now, starting today. So God bless you again as you determine to follow God's ways of health, because they truly are the very, very best ways.